Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin' Robbie Billups, and it's time for Comics Revisited. And we're going along with our Venom reread right now, and we're talking about Venom The Madness. That's right, everybody. We're talking about Venom The Madness here today, here on Pop Culture Philosophers Comics Revisited. We've been going through these Venom books, having a lot of fun with it. The Madness, it stops getting so fun in this one. I'll be honest with you guys. I think The Madness is okay. Now, I think that the Kelley Jones artwork is fantastic, and I love that artwork. I think it looks really, really cool. The story really leaned into the way that his style worked, with all the extra heads on Venom when he got the madness and all that kind of stuff. Ann Nocenti, who was the writer here, I get what she was trying to do. I understand it. She's trying to talk about the madness that exists between the symbiote and Eddie and how that kind of is this tug of war, right?
He kind of starts questioning, whether, the symbiote and him really have same goals.
That's right. And by the way, I'm Rockin' Robbie Billups, and this is
Brooks,
the magnificent he is. So elaborate some more, man. It's about the madness.
Yeah, it's like Eddie's starting to question whether he can trust the symbiote to, protect the innocent without, casualties happening,
Yeah.
He's kind of questioning, like, is he more, is the suit as devoted to protecting the innocent as I am?
And it all comes across in these dreams that he's having. So the series starts off with these dreams, and it's very ethereal, right? It's very abstract. Kelley Jones's artwork reminds me a lot of Sam Keith's work from The Sandman.
Yeah.
I even believe that Jones did some work on the Sandman.
There's even a point where he has like a spike coming out of his arm.
Right? It's very... And
like
so I get it. 93, 94, Sandman's going on. It's going strong. You want to take Venom, you want to take it to the next level. And I like the continuation of the story. So we're building up Venom as this anti-hero, right? Yeah. Then we see him really struggle with some things with the jury. See him really struggle with some things when he failed to protect Gray last week in Funeral Pyre, right? And now he's really questioning what's going on with the symbiote. Then he meets this woman, Beck, who's talking to this dude named Abby about this corporation that's been doing this experiment with this this alien virus, this mercurial type weird thing.
About people dumping toxic waste.
Yeah, so you get all this toxic waste dumping. In fact, Nocenti puts in a lot of commentary about social issues from the early 90s in here. We were talking about the fear of gang violence last week, the fear of toxic waste, the fear of corporations, the fear of what they're doing, what they're releasing into the environment, the fact that we're ruining this environment. So this story really reflects that, and it correlates it to madness. So I appreciate the effort. I think the execution failed just a little bit. First of all, they only had 3 issues to do this. Yeah. So Lethal Protector did have 6 issues. Funeral Pyre last week only had 3. This one only gets 3. Most of these Venom series only get 3 from this point on. Some of them get 4, some of them get a little bit more. But 3 is kind of weird.
I was wondering, why didn't they just make it an ongoing series if they knew they were going to keep going with
and
it?
They kept...
But then I thought, but then they couldn't keep having first issue collector's items.
So we had the foil cover on Funeral Pyre #1 and Lethal Protector #1. On Madness #1, we had the embossed cover, where it was Venom, and you could feel the texture of Venom's face, and you could see Juggernaut reflected in his eyes. So this one definitely has the Juggernaut in it as well. So this corporation that has this toxic ooze, evil alien virus type thing, while Venom's being tormented by these dreams, right? This stuff has been leaked out into the sewage or something?
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Something.
So this lawyer named Beck, she is leading a case against this corporation. Abby's one of her witnesses. Venom meets her. Eddie kind of falls for her. She kind of falls for him. There's this really weird... And Eddie gets infected by this
Yeah, it's like during this fight with the Juggernaut, he gets knocked into...
Yeah, so the corporation guy hires Black Tom, and Black Tom sends the Juggernaut to stop Venom from interfering. Actually, he sends Juggernaut to stop this lawyer.
Yeah.
He's supposed to kidnap he's supposed to kidnap Beck.
This is very something that the Juggernaut would have done back then.
Yes.
Basically, he was just a goon who just did whatever got him paid.
Yeah, right? So he's after Beck, and Venom, of course, is kind of falling in love with Beck, and she's falling in love with him, so he's protecting them. Juggernaut shows up the first time and kicks Venom's ass. And then Venom gets dropped into this toxic ooze that has this evolved, mercurial, viral
Yeah.
Toxic kind of, it's just sludge inside of it, right?
It like merges with the suit.
It has a consciousness.
Another personality.
Yeah, and it merges with the suit, and then Kelley Jones does the crazy stuff with the artwork, and he comes up and he can come up and then fend for himself and kick the Juggernaut off of him, right? And then, so he's got all this stuff in him, and it's starting to affect him. He's still having dreams, and then when him and Beck are chilling one night, he kind of almost like comes across too strong, and kind of there's this weird like cringy near rape scene that's in it that feels very out of place, and it's just odd, especially the way it's resolved later on, because he just kind of wills the consciousness out of him, right?
Yeah.
But the story is still trying to do something serious. But then it gets this whole thing where a portal opens up eventually because the madness has gotten so crazy, I guess. Because I guess that the idea...
It is the madness.
I guess the idea is that this realm of insanity that opens up through a portal that Venom gets sucked into, right? Yeah. Is somehow part of the consciousness of the virus ooze, toxic sludge. I'm unclear still about that. Yeah, it's very hard to follow.
It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, the artwork is beautiful, and it's artistic, and it's abstract, and the story is maybe a little too abstract.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little too much.
Yeah, a little bit.
Doesn't really come together. So Venom gets pulled into this realm of insanity, and he has to go across the Necromancer, Paranoia, and Dusk. And there are these three, like, I guess, living embodiments of versions of madness. Yeah. And he just kind of defeats them and then goes, I have no idea what that is about. What do you think about that? I have no idea what that's about.
The story it becomes very confusing.
Yes.
It just seems like nonsense. Like, you can tell that there's something there that's trying to be said, but, like, it just seems so, like, ridiculous that you can't figure it out.
Yes.
So it just seems like nonsense, when you read it.
Yeah. You can tell that they're trying to say something, and you almost get what they're trying to say, but it just becomes utter nonsense. It's a little too loose, a little too abstract, I think. Right? Yeah. So basically, so he gets, while he's trapped away into this realm of insanity, Juggernaut kidnaps Beck. And I love this moment, though, where she's having this conversation. She's like, you're not appreciated. And he's all like, oh, you're right.
Like, well, we might as well talk since I'm stuck here anyway. Juggernaut, he's really just a normal guy when it comes down to it. So he's like, okay, whatever. I
really like the characterization of Kane Marco in this book. Yeah. I thought that Ann Nocenti did a great job with this. Of course, she had experience working with some of those X characters. But I feel, and it kind of wraps up really quick. Venom comes out of the realm of insanity. He just kind of wills this madness off of him, and it's not infecting his symbiote anymore.
Where he found it or something.
Yeah, it's a great exploration. It's trying to be a great exploration into the psyche of Venom. Madness, insanity. They're trying to explore some themes there, but it doesn't really balance out for me. I think it's kind of silly. Even Abby comes up, he's like, oh, it's all my fault, I did this. And then they eventually overturn, and the corporation gets, like, found guilty or whatever in a court of law. And Beck tells Eddie, like, you're too scary for me. I don't trust the symbiote. And we should just be friends. And he's like, we're cool with that. And now he's still, like, questioning the symbiote. So I get what they're trying. So it seems like what we're trying to do is, like, they tried. We'll give them an E for effort.
Yeah.
Right? But ultimately, the story is very confusing. Hard to follow for me. But I love the artwork. Kelley Jones' artwork. What do you think? Yeah, it's great, right?
The art was nice, and it did fit in with the strangeness of the story.
Yeah, it did.
But it was just.
But the story didn't have a nice hook, and it didn't. Yeah. It didn't keep itself engaged. It was just confusing, and it kind of got jumbled and muddy.
Yeah.
But that's what we think about Venom the Madness. What do you think about Venom the Madness? Let us know in the comments down below. And next week we're going to be talking about Venom the Enemy Within, which is something we like even less. So join us for that. And then after that, we're going to be doing a few more Venom books and then some other things here on Comics Revisited. So thank you guys for checking out Pop Culture Philosophers. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I'm Rockin' Robbie Billups. This is
Brooks.
And like I said, we'll be back next week for Venom, the Enemy Within, with the badass glow-in-the-dark cover. Don't sleep on that glow-in-the-dark cover. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And join us over at the PCP Army on Facebook. If you don't know what I'm talking about, search for it on Facebook. Join us and find out. Thank you guys for rocking with us. And keep on revisiting comics, you dig? We're still working on it.
Yeah.
Still working on that sign-off.